Hi Virgo, and welcome to your August 2021 reading. This is also valid for Virgo rising, Moon, Venus and Mars. That's the planets and the placements that I read. You can check out the meaning in the description box below if you want to know more about it. And in the beginning I go into general energies while I talk a little bit about the astrology for you. And in the second part of the reading I go into love and love relationship energies. Yeah, let's get started. Oh, and also I will draw some charms at the end of the reading. I know people really like the charms. I'm bringing them back, and I add them to the German reading because I do these readings in German. Also on my other channel, if you're a German speaker, check that out. All right, so Virgo, for you, of course, this month is interesting because the sun is moving into your sign by the 22nd. On the same day, then the full moon in Aquarius. So there's a lot of new consciousness, obviously, with the full moon in Aquarius. A second one, we had a full moon in Aquarius in July as well. So that's something that's pretty special. And we have still all that love energy in your sign with Venus in your sign, Mars in your sign, Mercury is also coming into your sign. So it's really interesting for you because a lot of planets obviously are in your sign. It's your time of the year and you can really start a new cycle. So that's important as well, especially with the new moon in Leo on the 8th. On an emotional level, always supports new cycles. So you can really work with that new moon in Leo for that. And I think this month, when it comes to emotional challenges, it might be a little bit of more intense one, I would say, even though you have so much good energy in your sign with the sun and the Venus and the Mars and everything. So don't worry too much about it, even though this general energy looks a little challenging to me. But let's work ourselves through it. So 8 of Cups in reverse is a card where it's often hard to move on from a situation or to get up and just get going because emotionally we don't feel ready to go to a higher level of experiencing ourselves. This is a card that also talks a little bit just of laziness sometimes for me. Maybe you just feel lazy, you feel emotionally burnt out a little bit and it's hard just to get into your groove, you know. But that's the beginning of the month. I think you're really fighting for what you want. You're really fighting also to set boundaries with people. This could very well be about not having like strong enough boundaries or reassessing boundaries with your surroundings with the 7 of Wands here. Also fighting for what you want. Yes, granted, it feels a little bit like a fight here, and that might be the overall energy, and maybe that's something you want to work on this month, or you could work on, you could consider to maybe drop the fight a little bit, especially in your head, because it seems like with the King of Swords in reverse here, it might be challenging and a fight right now to really keep your mind keep control of your thoughts and your mind and keep things in order. Maybe you feel a little cluttered in your mind. Sometimes that's for me the King of Swords in reverse, or you feel like, oh, there's so many thoughts and I can't stop them. So that could be that energy. So I think boundaries within yourself, establishing them and really looking at what do I want to fight for, where do I want to defend myself, where do I want to defend where I'm going, and why maybe do I want to defend myself. So all these defensive mechanisms also often come from some wounds that we don't want to look at and stuff. So maybe that's something that's a little challenging this month. And I know with this full moon in Aquarius we have so much more like another consciousness shift where people are just like having brain explosions because they're understanding so much more. So yeah, it's an intense time. The good news is, besides all those positive planets in your sign that give you all the strength and energy that you need this month, and especially next month also, we have a Judgment card here. So I think there will be the calling from the outside, literally, or, you know, more like on a figurative level. So it could be some spiritual awakening moment where like, oh, now I see, now I understand. And I think it has to do with some information maybe that's coming here from the outside, because we have the Page of Swords here, that is again new consciousness, open to learning, open to seeing things from a fresh new perspective, from a young perspective. And it could very well be a message coming your way unexpected with the Judgment card. I like that contrast very much here from the Page of Swords to the King of Swords in reverse, because I really think the Page of Swords and this younger, new, fresh consciousness, especially around the full moon in Aquarius and the sun moving into your sign on the same day, which is really mind-blowing to me. This new consciousness can really help you just cut off the old, like moldy thoughts that you just don't want to think anymore, and that you've been holding on to maybe for too long with the with the King of Swords in reverse, because that's also old dusty consciousness, you know, that's old dusty patriarchal thinking that we can really let go of. And it's just, I mean, in general, it's time to let go of those toxic thoughts of the past, and meet things with a new kind of fresh insight. And I just like how he's looking at this old king, and he's like, no, I don't want to be that weird toxic king anymore. I don't want to be so controlling of myself that I kind of put myself into a prison and can't enjoy life anymore. That's the King of Swords in reverse. He's just like a control freak par excellence. And the problem is that he's even doing it in this like weird intellectualized manner. So he's always finding a reasoning for his behavior. And the Page is just like not having it. The Page is young and free and wants to have a good time and wants to feel like learning and knowledge and civilization is something exciting, you know, and it's also about progress. Page of Swords is very much about progress and moving forward. So yeah. I think this is really what you're picking up on right now, this energy, and especially with the Judgment card, it's just like a calling. You would just like feel it, like, okay, no, I need to let go of those old, dusty, medieval thoughts that don't serve me anymore. And in a relationship and love situation, I really see that there is a lot of hope here for you. You're really holding on to your light, you're holding on to your inner shine, you're not letting it go with the Star card. I love this Star card because she's really connected to the divine, to the universe, to her guidance. And that's also, you know, the angel from above who is really guiding, who is giving the call. And I feel like in a relationship situation, it's the same thing. You're really looking at the heavens for guidance, and you're trusting your inner light, and you're trusting yourself to really move into the right direction, do the right thing, by also, I think, setting boundaries here with the Seven of Wands. This other person, I think they just really need time and rest, and also give themselves time to let go again of maybe controlling thoughts, of controlling behaviors, controlling communication. I mean, there is some resistance to that healing process and to finding that consciousness within with the Four of Swords in reverse, but I think it's more about a timing card, and it could also be that there has to be a kind of a coming together moment again, so they can get inspired by you, maybe even. before they can really transform. But I see a really good coming together moment here. So either way this is happening. There is this possibility for some of you where this person just needs time and they need to be aware that they need to rest more and rejuvenate and really regenerate their senses and their psyche, and give their psyche also time to integrate the processes of thinking. And then I see, I mean, there is a really nice energy here with the Six of Cups for you to come together and have an open exchange of emotions with the Six of Cups. Maybe talk about the past, maybe go back to the past. This person could also feel like a soulmate from the past, or like a person who you know for a really long time. Yeah, it is definitely a strong connection here. But yeah, this coming together again with a person can be fruitful, I think, and can be something where you can really work something out for yourself. And as I said, you're holding on to your light. I think you should really stay in that position and in that energy of lightness, of hope, of effortlessness in a way, and also showing yourself and not being afraid and trusting. I see a strong trust moment here, especially with the Six of Cups. That's also a trust card for me. So yeah, trust the process. Because also we have the Serendipity card, so out of nothing, and also with the Judgment card in combination with that, there can be really something coming out of nowhere where you feel like, now finally, you know, I haven't seen that coming, now it's here, I've been hoping and now it's here. And yeah, that Serendipity card just says it all. I mean, I don't have to really explain it. So yeah, the universe is definitely on your side in this. And I feel like this person is maybe a little more burdened right now by this connection than you are, but it's not so much burdened because of you being yourself, more like of them feeling like they have to work themselves up to, I mean, that star energy, of course, that's like a strong energy. You're like in your full power, authenticity, feeling yourself. So yeah, and for you, strong feeling that there is something going on, specifically around the full moon in Aquarius, and the sun moving into the sign on the 22nd. There's also Mars in Capricorn trining Uranus in Taurus, so that's also trining you, which can bring some sudden forward movement, definitely with Mars and Uranus. So wow, yeah, I love this. For you, let's look at some charms. And maybe you're dealing with an Aquarius, although I don't, maybe an Aquarius air sign could be here, with the King of, oh no, that's wrong. Charms. With the King of Swords in reverse. Yeah, maybe sometimes it feels like there's a lot of energy that I'm feeling right now also in this reading, where you might get like so distracted, you know, where you're like, oh, where's my mind going? Oh, wait a second, I have to bring it back. So there is some distraction energies going on, which is okay, you know. Just be gentle to yourself. That's also my advice. Like for everybody who watches this, all times, be gentle to yourself. Wow, yes, wow, I love this. Both elephants came out, both small elephants. So I feel like you share a lot of memories with this person and you kind of want to go through them again. We have both, look at that, oh my god, I love that. We have both elephants that came out. I think that never happened. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm literally starting to tear up right now. Oh my god. So there is so much wisdom gained in this connection. So really, maybe it's a past life thing. Wow, then we have this crystal here with the consciousness gained from this connection, this transformation. This person, I think, if this is a person you've been waiting for because you're hoping and holding on to hope and you're understanding that they're going through something, I feel like you should stay there and wait. And I feel like it's worth the wait. It's worth the wait. This person has so much to offer, and they're finding the kindness within themselves towards themselves here. And I think that's what you want to do too when it comes to thinking your thoughts. Be kinder in your thoughts. Be also kinder when you feel like your brain is going places where you don't want the brain to go. And don't beat yourself up. You know, that's the jade stone. It's about love, and it's about peace, really, for me. Yeah, person going through a transformation here with the snake, deep transformation. It feels like a little bit of a metamorphosis, and they might really they might work on maybe not being so critical about themselves with the evil eye here, and work on transforming their view on themselves. You know, maybe they have been extremely devastatingly critical towards themselves, so they just kind of destroy themselves with their own evil eye. You know what I mean? Like only finding the if you only look for errors, or for the bad things, if you want to call them that, or for the things that don't work, I mean, that's a law of attraction thing. Then that's just really taking over the energy. And I feel like they're really trying to heal from that, and they're starting to understand that you giving them the feminine energy right now, I think that's a good thing, which means don't over nurture. You know, you're there. People can come to you and then can get the nurture, but they have to be able to know how to ask for help. They have to be able to know how to ask for love. They know how to be able to accept love. You know, you can suffocate somebody with love if they cannot take it. So that's what I mean with feminine energy, being receptive, letting people come to you, and then being nurturing, and being nurturing of yourself and also the inner child. And I feel like they have this feeling that you're really nurturing of their inner child. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I'm like, my heart I'm tearing up, and it's just like beautiful. I'm not kidding you guys. I'm just tearing up here. It's like a rom-com. I can't even. So yeah, I think this could be a really beautiful connection, and I really hope this is resonating with you. Even though if right now it's maybe a little bit of a battle in your head. My dog is making funny noises and agreeing that it might be a little uncomfortable, you know, but that's what it is, a little uncomfortable, and not much more. And with this Eight of Cups card, I always have to think about a creator of a deck that I work with a lot, who says the Eight of Cups can sometimes just be the energy of having a hard time getting up after lunch and going back to work. And I really like that, you know, it's just like this, I'm just a little stuck here, and it just feels much more comfortable to sit here in this kind of exhausted, unmoving state, you know. So it doesn't have to feel uncomfortable where you sit right now. You can make it feel comfortable. That's what's coming through. Okay, so yeah, wow, what an emotional reading. I can't believe that I was just like tearing up 2 times. Yeah, beautiful. So I hope that this is really resonating for you. Please subscribe, like, comment, and thank you so much for listening, being here. And I mean, my main concern is that I give you some impulses that you can work with, maybe more insight into your situation and some inspiration to move forward. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.